talk about this film, Relax, I'm from the Future. It's, you know what? I'm going to start that over. Glenn, don't put this part in because this is the part where I'm trying to get set up. Sometimes Glenn leaves this. Don't put it in. Don't put it in.
It's called authenticity.
Look, but there's also like, I don't want to, you know, I don't, I want to, I want us to start from the review. Oh my God, they have it wrong in here. There's another movie called Relax, I'm from the Future from 2013. Seriously. I'm talking about the movie Relax, I'm from the Future from 2023. But apparently there's another film of the same title from 2013, 10 years ago. But let's talk about Relax, I'm from the Future. It stars Rhys Darby. He is from the future. He's from far in the future. His character's name is Casper. He shows up looking disheveled in a tracksuit, and he runs into a woman named Gabrielle Graham, whose name, Gabrielle Graham is the name of the actress. Her name is Holly. She's a young Black woman who is incredibly woke. She's just, her character happens to be woke. I was immediately turned off when Casper met up with Holly because she just was all preachy. But the thing is, what ends up happening, so the first third of the movie, I'm like, what is this? This is terrible. Oh my God, this is so dumb. But the thing is it kind of like makes fun of her wokeness. He's sort of what it turns out to be is Holly's character. Her character is like a parody of someone who's so woke, they're annoying. And she ends up going through a character change in the film. As it is, Casper is from the future, and he has several tasks. His first task is to make money. So he teams up with Holly, and he kept track of a bunch of things that he brought with him from the future, which are the scores of games, so she could bet and make money. And the first task is to make money. So they make a lot of money. And then what he does is he creates this basically this shelter underground where he's gathering things to preserve them in the future, because there's going to be a huge apocalypse and certain things need to be preserved. He ends up befriending a guy named Percy, played by Julian Richings, who in the he is a guy who works a regular day job, a meaningless day job. He's incredibly unhappy and depressed. He's considering ending things, but he does art. He's created a cartoon character, and written stories. And these stories, after he ends himself in the future, will end up inspiring people. So it's very important things transpire a certain way for Percy's end to have meaning in the future. And Casper has an entire plan that involves Percy and the preservation of certain items of pop culture. I don't want to go into it too deeply, but this I was really, really dislike the first like 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like, rolling my eyes at the character of Holly or whatever. But she ends up becoming like a parody of a type of a person who's so woke they have to project that constantly, and she's kind of a parody of that. And what ends up happening is a plot that I cannot tell you what happens in the second half of the film. Suffice it to say, this is like a Back to the Future movie if it just focused on the adventures of Doc Brown. And Rhys Darby, you might recognize from the television series Flight of the Conchords. He played the band's manager, and he's an actor from New Zealand. So he's got that New Zealand accent, right? So I ended up really enjoying this film. I cannot remember a movie that I've seen recently where I really dislike the film from the first 20 minutes. I even considered turning it off. I'm like, oh my God, this is insufferable. This is so annoying. And then I warmed up to it because they introduced this antagonist, this villain who a bunch of other people, I'll say this one thing. It's really interesting. So these other people are appearing from the future and she asks them a question, and if they don't answer the question correctly, she kills them and vaporizes them. So there are constantly other people coming from the future to this time in the present because something very important is about to happen, and she just dispenses with them. And so this antagonist, this building up, as soon as her character was introduced, this antagonist, the villain of the story, the movie got really interesting, and that's about 20 minutes in or so. But I can't remember a movie I've seen where I really disliked it, and then I love the ending of this film. So I don't want to ruin it. I can't ruin it if I tell you what happens, but it's got Back to the Future 2 and 3 kind of vibes, and this actor who you recognize, Reese Darby, is really likable. So I strongly recommend Relax. I'm from the Future. Give it a 7 out of 10 if I had to rate it, and check it out. Totally worth seeing. Luke Higginson. Hey, this is my movie. The 2013 film was a short film I made. Hey, Luke Higginson, is that your wait, you're the director. Why are you not on our show? Luke. Okay, so you made the short film and then you made the feature. I really liked it. I just gave it a good review. What are you doing? You're watching the show, I guess. Oh, so you made the short film. All right, we should do an interview. Have your publicist reach out to me, or reach out to me.
Or you reach out to them.
Yeah, so I'm looking up because I want to get the names of the actors right, but this film, very clever. Luke, congratulations. Boy, it's not often we get the director of the movie watching the review while I'm reviewing. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
That actually happened last week.
Congratulations, Luke. Brock Samsonite, is it at least a smart time travel story? 100%. Or is it like Hot Tub Time Machine where you just let yourself go? Hot Tub Time Machine, I think, is kind of dumb. This movie is very smart. And what I love about it, without giving it away, what I love about Relax, I'm from the Future, without giving it away, it is a hopeful vision of the future. Currently, we are, and so many, I feel so bad for young people these days. They're inundated with messaging about you've got no future. You've got no future. Climate's going to kill us all. You'll never be able to afford a home. Why bother working hard? You'll never achieve the goals you want to achieve. That is a terrible message being pushed on young people these days. And I say this because I'm a father to, well, at least my kids are younger than me, so I can say that they're young. And your daughter, and your daughter, it's really distressing how horrible messaging. This film is an antidote to that. It is an antidote. It flips it. We assume that our future is a horrible apocalypse, World War III, or climate's going to kill us, or financial crisis is going to destroy everything. Relax, I'm from the Future is not that. And if I to say anything more, will ruin it. So strongly recommend this film.